Respected Honorable CMA DC Bajaj sir, my learned senior friend Mr. M.K. Mittal and my ex-colleague also, my learned senior Mr. Amrish Kumar, MD OHPC, my friend Mr. Arun Saha, we were working together in BSS early days, and Mr. Neeraj D. Joshi, who is the chairman of the management committee of the institute. Thank you very much to the management committee to give me the opportunity to be here in this August forum with the learned techno-commercial dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I am really very grateful before the managing committee to give me the opportunity. In fact, I have completed 25 years in power sector other than the industrial sector, and I am blessed to work in almost all areas of power sector, starting from the generation to the funding and also the rural electrification. So today, the management committee has given me the opportunity to speak to you regarding the green power and the cost excellence in the green power. And my chairman of the Mr. DC Bajaj sir limited me 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, and my slides are 65 slides for this purpose. So I am thankful to DC Bajaj sir. He limited me 20 minutes, so that's why I have decided to go for upfront, not to go for the slides. Kindly pardon me. And the slides are available, and that will be given to you in your emails. So coming to the topic, the green power. I remember those days when I was director of Odisha Hydropower. I was requesting to central government on behalf of the state government that why hydro is not including the green power, because we are not creating any emissions for that. So I fought for 2 years, including the chief minister also wrote the letter to the ministry, and finally the hydropower was declared as a green power. That's a great achievement of Odisha, and I am grateful that I have initiated this subject when I was Director of Finance in the OHPC. Anyway, thank you all. Now coming to the point, I am energized just now to speak upfront because two good speakers from NHPC Director of Finance and OHPC Managing Director having so much of construction experience, they told lot of things. This combination of regulatory matters as well as the practical exposure experience in the hydro sector. So I will not give you injustice to give you the cost excellence in some of the areas which are not covered yet by both the two speakers. In fact, I in my upfront, this 15-20 minutes, I will give you the most likely examples of the past and what is the future. So I remember when the modernization of Odisha hydropower projects, when I joined in 2012, the modernization was in my table, that this modernization has to be done. And the budgeted cost from the, approved budget cost from the government, it was 320 crores for Burla. I remember the figure also. And the government has approved 320 crores, regulatory body has also approved 320 crores. When the subject was cleared, the party who was selected, the ex-Hitachi through Marubani, and they have selected at 318 crores. When the question comes to the Regulatory Commission for approval of 318 crores, then Regulatory Commission say why? Why 318 crores? what is the capacity of the Burla project, and why, for the modernization purpose, why so much of the capital will be involved. So then they raised a single question. Should we go for the modernization or will go for the replacement? If you are going for the replacement, then what is the cost? You see, it's a very clear concept for a finance person, techno-commercial person to go for the analysis whether we will go for replacement or we will go for the modernization. As the managing director of OHPC was just telling, the Burla project was since Jawaharlal Nehru period and it crosses its 60 years time, whether it is need for replacement or the modernization. So finally, you know what happens? There are two cost excellence involved in this particular subject. What? Number one, who will be the manufacturer or the tenderer for this project? Whether, because you see, we are under the WTO, right? So we cannot avoid the China products also. I remember the then secretary asked me, Mr. Sahu, we are going for this global tender. If Chinese product comes, then what happens? Then they will be definitely lower one. Can you avoid it? Then we have to, our board has taken a different view and had a committee, and that committee has decided a particular norm that will be included in the terms and conditions of the bidding documents, so that the Chinese parties will not interfere or they will never bid the project. So to such type of terms and conditions in the bidding document, to include in the bidding document, it is a techno-commercial brain analysis, how to analyze. Thanks to the OHPC engineers, those who have supported me in that time to prepare that particular condition for which the Chinese people could not interfere in the OHPC modernization projects. And they went to the High Court of Odisha also, but they failed to do that. They failed from that. And that is the cost excellence of the CMAs and the finance persons available in the sector. And I believe my subordinates or the ex-officers of the hydropower, they will definitely see it. And the second aspect of this, after the tenders have been opened, you know what is the cost impact? What was the cost? The approved budget cost of 320 crores. And the Lale 1 cost without Chinese product was 158 crores for replacing the asset. So that was just 50% reduction of the cost. Is it not excellence? Is it not excellence for a cost excellence? So these type of things you have to analyze in your mind, so that if any subject come to as a finance person, when you are signing your files, you must analyze techno-commercially. You don't be an accountant. Don't be look after this your point of whether this is a clerical error or what. But you have to see the techno-commercial aspect to the project also, as well as both the sides you have to manage. I am not telling that you will be the finance person to object the matters and just file को पकड़ के बैठ जाना, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. You should see that the project, the work is going on, and your cost excellence is also coming up. Yes, sir is limiting to me only. Anyway, so another impact is design energy. MD was just given hints for the design energy. You see, 20 years back, 30 years back, or 50 years back, the design energy was designed. Today, the same energy reservoir is being silted. That means, if you see the reservoir, the curve is like this. That means the water availability of the reservoir is coming down. Early days, when it was the design energy was created, the reservoir was full, this empty. But today, after 50 years, the silting has come up. And you are unable to generate to extent of design energy what it was available 40 years back. Unless until the design energy impact is studied and the regulatory commission has approved it, so there is the cost excellence is not reduced. This is not an impact of a single crore. This is an impact of 100 crores, more than that. Now I am not talking about the only OHPC projects. I am talking about entire country projects. So third point is availability of machines is very, very important as far as your design energy is concerned. Chhattisgarh is speaking that the water is flowing. When the water is available, you are not generating or you are not utilizing, Odisha is not utilizing. So that's why I am creating the barriers. When water is available, if your machine is not available, then what to do? So energy is not generated. When the water is available, then the water you have to flow, gate ko open kar dete ho, lekin the energy is not available. The point is, your machine must be available, ready, all the times when the water is available. Water is more available. Then next is PSP. I want to speak, sir, 2 minutes regarding PSP because this PSP is most very critical matters in the country itself and OHPC is leading for that. This PSP, what I am very much with Managing Director of OHPC, that there must be a bundling with the solar, wind and PSP. And the PSP, there is a two impact of the PSP. What is? One is the project cost of PSP itself, and another cost is running cost of what the off-peak power the project will consume to generate 0.75% of what he is consuming. That means if he is consuming 1 unit, he will generate 0.75 unit in the peak period. That means it is a management of the off-peak power and peak power. You know, today country is generating 1,09,000 of solar power and other power renewable energy. What is the load factor? The average load factor is 14%, 15%. So if PSP is available, that means the off-peak power, you are to utilize that off-peak power for the purpose of the PSP so that the low-cost power you are utilizing and converting to the peak power during peak period when there is a lighting requirement for the country. And today we have touched 400 gigawatt in the country. And out of that, the coal is 240 gigawatt. 60% is the coal and 40% is others. Out of that, the hydro is only 47,000. Hydro is not improving because the long gestation period and the contractual issues, whatever the Amrish sir has told, this is very, very practical. And I have also gone through all the practical aspects. And I am really grateful that OHPC has given me so much of opportunity to go through such of the details where cost excellence can be done. And that is giving me such importance. And PSP is most important, and I will be thankful to the OHPC if OHPC lead for the PSP. And again, please request, sir, through the Chief Minister from the state government, that PSP is a green energy and there must be a capital subsidy for that purpose, including the subvention what you desired. Subvention of interest, capital subsidy for the PSP, both are important for the PSP project. And I think if OHPC did 1420 megawatt within coming 10 years, then that will be a great achievement for the state. And I will not take much more time for that because lot of subject to speak, and this particularly
I am being advised to close this session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I am grateful to you. I am thankful to you. And great. This is cost excellence. And I request to all of the CMS and CS available here, you should go techno-commercially, not only financially. Thank you very much.